increase mechanism. Mr. Chair.
I call the Honourable Phil Goff.
Mr. Chairman, I want to speak to Supplementary Order Paper number 122 in my name, which has the effect of restricting the alcohol content of ready-to-drinks, the alcopops, to 5% and no more than 1.5 standard drinks per bottle or can. Mr. Chairman, I didn't really expect to have to move this amendment because the Minister who introduced this bill, Simon Power, was particularly strong on the need to restrict the alcohol content of RTDs. Indeed, the bill as introduced does exactly what I'm proposing now, with one exception. It made the alcohol content 6% and I'm proposing 5%. Consider what the government said in its question and answer on the alcohol reform bill. It said the government is particularly concerned about RTDs with high alcohol content and RTDs that are sold in large containers that hold a high number of standard drinks. Quote, "We are therefore targeting these aspects of RTDs, which will mean that RTDs will be a lower strength drink on a par with beer and will be prohibited from being sold in large containers, thereby reducing the risk of excessive consumption by young people." Those aren't my words, Mr. Chairman. Those are the words of the government minister who introduced this bill. And then we had an act of absolute gutlessness where the government caved in to the liquor industry that lined up in the minister's office and said, "This is going to hurt you." And the minister put the interests of the profit of the industry ahead of the health and the well-being of our kids. Now, it's a fact that this House has already made the decision that the drinking age for purchase...
I'm sorry to interrupt the honourable member. The time has come for me to report progress.
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's okay. I may not.
Mr. Speaker.
The House has resumed. Mr. Chairman.
The committee has considered the Alcohol Reform Bill and reports progress. I move that the report be adopted.
The question is that the report be adopted. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. The bill is set down for further consideration in committee next sitting day, and the House is now suspended, and I will resume the chair at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for the extended sitting. Good evening, everybody.